Hello, welcome to my presentation about Annie Jump Cannon, presented by me, Cece Jandron. Annie Jump Cannon was born in 1863 in Dover, Delaware. She was the oldest of three sisters, and her parents were Wilson Cannon, who was a Delaware shipbuilder and a state senator, and Mary Jump. Her mother basically kickstarted her relationship with astronomy. Her and her mother would watch stars from a small homemade observatory they built together. Her mother also taught her about a lot of the constellations in the sky. This overall stimulated her interest in science. So on the slide, I have a picture of a homemade observatory, which is probably a good example of what type of observatory they made. And then I added the constellation of the zodiac sign Aries with all the stars that form the constellation. With this interest in science, Annie attended Wellesley College studying physics and astronomy. At the time, there was a lot of prejudices against women going to college and university, but both of her parents insisted that she go and get the training. She then received her bachelor degree in 1884. She graduated as valedictorian and returned to Delaware, holding various jobs over a period of 10 years. She became deaf due to scarlet fever within college, but that was expected because she had a lot of hearing loss as a child. Unfortunately, her mother died in 1894. Annie then fell into a depression and was filled with grief, but she decided to overcome this. She was going to get a job, and so she went back to Wellesley College and became an assistant for her former teacher, Sarah Francis. How did she become successful? She met a man named Edward Pickering, who was the director for the Harvard College Observatory. This helped Annie get involved with astronomy at Radcliffe College, the women's college connected to Harvard College. She then joined a group called Pickering's Women, which would reduce the data and carry out calculations for all the projects they were working on. Most of these assistants, who were the Pickering's Women, worked to complete the Henry Draper catalog. Annie's job in this was to catalog stars with a magnitude of 9 or more. Through this whole process, Annie developed the famous Harvard system. The Harvard system classified stars mainly based on their temperature. She used the mnemonic device OBAFGKM, which stands for O, be a fine girl, kiss me. This allowed astronomers to organize stars by their characteristics. She then published her first catalog of stars in 1901. While she was also at the Harvard Observatory, she was publishing her photographs of stars. Annie had a large range of her significant contributions and had a very successful career as a scientist. Like I said in the past slide, she developed the very famous Harvard system, which in 1922, the International Astronomical Union adopted her Harvard system as the official system for the classification of solar spectra, which is huge because we still use it today. In 1896, she participated in the first X-ray experiments in the country. In 1911, she was appointed as the curator of observational photographs at Harvard University, which she classified about 350,000 stars manually. Throughout this time, she was dedicated to fighting for women's suffrage and was a member of the National League of Women's Voters. In 1938, she was appointed a permanent position at the Harvard College Observatory. On the right is a picture of a protest on the women's right to vote. Now, she had an amazing legacy too. Unfortunately, she passed away in 1941, but she did live 77 nice years. She was the first woman to receive a Doctor of Astronomy degree from Groningen University. She was also the first woman ever to receive an honorary degree from Oxford University. In 1931, she became the first woman to be awarded the Henry Draper Medal of Honor from the National Academy of Sciences. Overall, her work is foundational to modern astronomy and it set the precepts of what it was like to be a woman in science in the 1900s. Without her Harvard system and her many other contributions, the astronomy world would be a lot different today. And then also on the right is a picture of the Henry Draper Medal of Honor. Here is all of my sources in APA format. Okay, thank you so much.